Girl, so let's talk about it. Because why do we act like turning 30 means that our life is supposed to be perfectly put together? Why do we act like if we haven't met or lived up to society standards that we have somehow failed, that we cannot start over? Why is that? I used to think like that myself, and it had me making some of the worst decisions that I could ever make for myself because I didn't want people to think that I was looking bad or that I was doing bad. But let me tell you something. Starting over is not a setback, it is a power move. And if you don't believe me, just keep listening. So if this is your first time here, hey girl, I'm Jess, your internet bestie, the one who's going to keep it real with you, tell the truth, whether you like it or not. And on this podcast, well, we talk about some of everything, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but we mainly focus on self-awareness, accountability, and leveling up in your life and in your relationships. But today, we're going to be breaking down the lies that we've been told about starting over at or after 30. Because your girl is 35 and I still haven't reached my prime. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and talk about the fear of starting over. Why are people so afraid of starting over? Because me personally, I would think that the older you get, the more you would be looking forward to starting over again because you have more knowledge. But we're not gonna jump too far ahead. Let's start here. Let's start with this question. Have you ever felt like life scammed you? Don't be afraid to raise your hand because I'm definitely raising mine because not only have I felt scammed by people, but I've also felt scammed by life because we were sold this whole dream of, oh, by 30, you should have the life that you want, the life that you've been working towards. You should have the perfect package. But come to find out, ain't nobody actually delivering on that, period. Nobody is delivering on that. It's like 30 is the new newborn years. Like we're starting over. It's like 30 is fresh out of college. It's so crazy because I used to be one of those people that felt like if I didn't follow the plan, go to school, get a degree, get your dream job, get married, buy a house, have kids, do all the things. If I didn't do that, if I didn't follow that plan, that I was doing something wrong. But girl, let me tell you, life be out here life, and life will remix your whole storyline with no warning. Then you find yourself standing there empty-handed, like this was not a part of the plan, because instead of me going to school, getting my degree, getting my dream job, getting married, having kids, having a husband, all those things, I found myself going to school, working multiple dead-end jobs, finally getting a degree, still haven't gotten a dream job. Because what is a dream job? Who dreams about working? First of all, that is the first scam in this whole plot made by Todd. Who dreams of working? A dream job? Who created that? Scratch that ish, because there's no such thing as a dream job. If you are one of the few interesting people out here in the world that dream about working, then kudos to you. But the people I know and the person that I am, I ain't dreaming about no job. I ain't dreaming about no job. I'm dreaming about free cash. That is what I'm dreaming about. But listen, still haven't gotten a husband, still haven't bought a house, finally moved into my first little studio and I love it. I got peace. Listen, kids, girl, no. Girl, no, we have not even thought about crossing that bridge yet. We got to get the man first, because the husband is, girl, he out there somewhere. I don't know what he doing. He probably, who knows what he doing. But for the longest time, I was so afraid to start over because I thought that meant I wasted my time. Like, I've been investing in this plan that I created for myself, that life helped me create for myself. And I have barely checked off a quarter of the things on the list. So I was afraid to scrap it and start over fresh with something new. But I did. It was like all those years I put in, all that effort I put in, it was just gonna be gone, gone. All that shit I did just means nothing. So I mean nothing to you now? Is that what it is, Flav? I mean nothing to you? That's what that's what, the same wound, Flav. The same wound. That's what I felt like. Because listen, my ego was fighting for its life. It was fighting. And it lost. We gonna get there, but my ego lost. Because my ego had to lose in order for me to win. Because let me tell you, the only thing worse than starting over is staying stuck. I was out here for so long choosing misery just because I didn't want people to think that I failed. Like, girl, be for real. Because that's ghetto. That's ghetto. Out here trying to pretend like you ain't failing when you are failing. You're failing yourself because you sitting up here trying to put on a facade to appease a bunch of other people that's probably, they haven't reached their goals either. You guys are more alike than not. You have things you can actually relate on, and that's how you stop yourself from finding your village, because you're out here trying to pretend like you're not struggling. Don't be afraid to share your story. You never know, somebody may be able to help your ass, and you know, closed mouths don't get fed. So girl, speak up. So crazy, because the moment that I realized that starting over was not a bad thing, it was the moment that I really had to sit myself down. Like, I gotten the degree, I gotten a job in the field that I got the degree in. It wasn't a dream job, but I did enjoy what I did, but the money was not doing what needed to be done. So I found myself in a hard place. And if anybody knows me personally, you know I'm from Atlanta, but I moved to Florida and I was there for about 7 or 8 years. And that's where I got my degree. That's where I started working in my field. But I still was not happy. I still was not satisfied. And it was like, damn, like, what do I want to do? But I had to sit down and have a real conversation with myself. And I understood the fact that I no longer wanted to go after the plan. I don't want that plan for myself. No wonder I'm having a hell of a hard time attaining it. It's because it's a plan that I never wanted in the first place. I was just doing it because I felt like that's what I had to do. But at that moment, I'm like, you know what? I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to work for myself. I want to build something for myself. I want to be able to have flexibility in my schedule. I want to be able to have freedom in my day. Even if I'm working late hours in my business, at least I can do that in the comfort of my own home. Like, I want to go ahead and start preparing myself for when I do have that family. I don't want to be one of those people. And I'm not shading any moms or any parents that, you know, have kids and have to go back to work. But if I have any control over that narrative, I don't want to have to do that. I would love to position myself to be able to have a family, be able to do what needs to be done in my home, making sure everybody's good. So I decided that I wanted to, you know, do that for myself. So from that moment, I was like, okay, if I'm trying to be an entrepreneur, I might as well move back to Atlanta, because Florida is not hitting, like, it's just not the area. Like, I know, like, Black people thrive in Atlanta. I know this because I am from Atlanta. So I went ahead and started creating my plan to move back home. And that's exactly what I did. So I moved back to Atlanta. I'm super excited. Me and my best friend were roommating. And, you know, what happens? A nigga. Every time. Let me tell y'all, stay focused on your plans, stay focused on your goal, because every time there is a good plan that you have in place for your life, there's a bad nigga waiting around the corner. There's a bad nigga waiting to come and fuck up your plan. Don't let them do it. I'm telling you, do not be distracted. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how good he look. I don't care how much money he got, because we all know they'll be there today and gone tomorrow. Because anybody that's actually meant for you, they will not disrupt what you have going on. They will not distract you from what you have going on. They will try to motivate you. They will try to support you. They will try to push you. So if it's a distraction and you are working on a plan, which you should be, because if you are not, then girl, what are you doing? What are you doing if you ain't working on a plan? Are you living or are you surviving? Girl, you better get you a plan, and don't let nobody make you stray away from that plan either. Because I'm telling you, if you didn't hear me the first time, wherever there's a good plan, there's a bad nigga waiting to come fuck it up. So don't let them do it. It takes a lot of strength for you to sit down and be like, hey, all the time and energy I've been putting into this life, I realize this is no longer for me. I'm going to go in a totally different direction. Like, it takes hella strength for you to do that, especially if it involves you relocating somewhere else. It could be another city, another state, another country, whatever it is. Like, it takes a lot for you to be able to do that, because you have to be willing to do something about your situation. And it's not failure, it's audacity. You got the audacity to make your life better, because nobody tells you that starting over is a low-key flex. Like, not everybody has the guts to do it. Some people stay in situations that make them miserable just because it's familiar. Some people stay in places that make them miserable just because it's familiar. I wanted to say that again because I know somebody, you've been miserable. You've been pretending like you happy. You've been pretending like things gonna change. I'm here to tell you that it's not. So it's time for you to start making some real life decisions. So either you're gonna move, or you gonna get moved. And you know what I mean. I'm not gonna move you, because baby, I ain't got the power to move you. But I know who. God will move you. You just keep on praying. You just keep on praying, and you just keep on asking. God, please remove people who do not serve me. God, please show me the way. He gonna show you. And it may not be the way that you want, but, just keep an open mind, keep an open heart, because if you don't want to move with all the signs that you're getting, you don't want to move, you'll be moved. It's okay. And I'll hold your hand while he does it. It is okay, because we're here to support each other, not judge each other. Because like I said, it's a flex to start over, because once again, there are some people that are still stuck in these miserable situations and have no plans on exiting anytime soon. Meanwhile, you out here reclaiming your time like Auntie Maxine. Okay? Don't play with her. Don't play with her. And let's clear this up right now, because you will not be starting over from scratch. You're starting over from experience. You're not that same 20-something-year-old girl that's out here confused, lost, and doesn't know what to do. And you damn sure won't be empty-handed, because now you got wisdom. And baby, wisdom is the cheat code. So at this point, if you're still not convinced, at this point, if you're listening, you like, Jess, I hear you talking, but girl, I just don't know. I'm still a little scared. But it's okay. It's okay, because I'm going to help you. I'm going to help tell you what to do if you know that it's time for you to make some changes and start over, but you're still afraid to. So step number 1. First, I need you to accept that feeling lost is just a part of the process. But I also want to reassure you that you are not actually lost. You're just in transition. And transitions, well, of course they feel weird, because now you're like stuck in between the life that you once had and the one that you're now trying to build for yourself. But the discomfort that comes along with that, I don't want you to feel like it's failure. It is not failure. It is growth. All right, y'all. Step number 2, you need to get clear on what you actually want. Like, we spend all of our 20s making all these blind steps, just trying stuff, throwing darts at the wall, trying to see what sticks, and clearly nothing has stuck. So that's why we're starting over. Or a few things have stuck, and we probably just need to move some things around. But you need to have a plan. You need to know what it is that you're actually going after. So if you could start over with no fear, no guilt, no outside opinions, what would you be doing? What would you do? No limits. No limits, just you. Start there. Step number 3. Okay, we getting somewhere. Step number 3 is to take messy actions. It does not have to be picture perfect before you take a step. Girl, just take the damn step. You do not have to have a 5-year plan, girl. You do not need to do all of that. You just need to take the next step. That's the hardest part. Putting the left foot in front of the right foot. Because while perfection is cute, I'm not going to hold you. Perfection can be cute, but progress is even better. We just need to get somewhere. We need to be further than we were the day before. Do something. Messy action is still an action, and it's damn sure better than no action. That's how you're going to get yourself unstuck. Get out of your head. Get out of your head, overthinkers. Get out of your head. Yes, I know you love to plan. You're the perfect planner. You're the perfect researcher. You like to find out all the things before you make a move. I know this because that is me. I am that girl. That is me currently still battling with that. Loving to, research things down to the T before I take a step. But we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. I'm not doing it and you're not doing. We're going to take messy actions. Say it with me. Messy actions. That's right. All right, ladies. So if you have made it this far, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for even making it to this point. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for supporting yourself, because I know sometimes it's really hard for us to hear the ugly truth. But, we have to do the ugly things to get to the beautiful moments. That's just a part of life. All right. So now I want us to just let's keep the conversation going in the comments a little bit. So I just want to know, have you ever felt afraid to start over? Have you in the past? Are you currently feeling afraid? And if so, what's stopping you? Or what did stop you before you made the decision to move past that fear? Because I know I'm not the only one that be up in the mirror like Issa, hyping myself up, trying to talk myself out of staying stuck. Like, girl, you got this. What you doing? What you gonna do? You gonna stay stuck? What you gonna do? You gonna lay down or you gonna stand up and take it like a woman? Like, what? I know I'm not the only one. So yes, y'all, make sure you drop it in the comments, or you can definitely feel free to DM me. All of my social tags are at the bottom. Feel free to text your bestie. I want to hear from you guys. And listen, if this episode has hit home for you, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe if you have not already, and share it with your homegirl, share it with your cousin, with your coworker, anybody who you feel like needs this message. And as always, I'm just saying, but girl, what are you saying? I'll catch up with y'all next time. Bye.